Hello friends, I'm Ultraviolent 4 and this is part 5 of Formicid Earth Elementalist of Rue. We finished clearing Lair, so this episode we're going to head into the Orcish mines and see if we can collect all the gold in there, maybe find a bunch of awesome shops and see if we can get some sweet artifact items. I don't know, dare to dream. That all seems very unlikely, but you never know. Alright, so I've finished a second character guide, which is an Octopode Wizard. It's the last game I played. So if you want to check that out, it's at ultraviolent4.com/characters. I'm not going to announce them all. I think probably might be a bit ambitious, but if we say about one character guide per week is roughly what I'll be aiming at. So if you go there periodically, I'll be putting new guides out. I've got a lot of catching up to do because I'm planning to do all the characters that I've done Let's Plays of. So I don't know. That might be a while catching up, but we'll see. And yeah, again, any feedback would be great. I'd love to hear it now. If you have any great ideas or things that I should be doing differently while I'm still starting off. Alright. So let's play. We're going to the Orcish mines. Actually, there's an orc club down here, I just remembered. It's just guarding some food. We're not really... 28 rations, we're not really struggling for food. So we don't really need to fight that. Head to orc. I did 0 because I want to go to the entrance first. Alright, here we are. We'll eat before we go in. Yeah. Now, I think Formicid is extremely strong in Orc. I've played somewhere over 1,000 games of Formicid. A lot of those are real-time speedruns, but I've also done some turn count speedrunning, and even just a lot of general Formicid games. I quite enjoy the species. And quite often, especially in turn count runs, I've done Orc before doing Lair. And I'm trying to think, if you think of all the most dangerous things that can happen to you in Orc, I think being a Formicid helps you overcome most of them. So first of all, probably the most dangerous thing in Orc is paralysis from Orc sorcerers. They're the red guys. But being a Formicid, you're immune to paralysis, so that can't get you. What else is there? You can get really dangerous single monsters like Ettins or Stone Giants sometimes, but usually you can just walk away from them. So what else is there? You can get swarmed by orcs. Well, if you dig kill holes, and the walls in Orc will always be diggable, you won't get swarmed, you can fight one at a time. Summons from sorcerers and high priests, again, won't bother you in a kill hole. Orc knights and such miting each other. They won't mite each other if they can't see you. And what was the other one? I think I said being swarmed. But yeah, can't in a kill hole. The point is that you can't be paralyzed, but then as long as you sort of hang out near the walls and you dig kill holes whenever you find packs of orcs, you're fairly safe in here. And especially when you have a shield, feels very bad, man. And you're fighting orcs 1v1, you're probably not going to die to them. We don't have the shield part, but we still can 1v1 them while in walls. And the thing that's good for our character is that orcs don't have very high magic resistance, so we should be pretty free to petrify them. Alright, let's see. So this is actually a bit of a rough start here. We've got an orc warrior, an orc knight, first enemy. I don't really want to dig a kill hole just yet because we've still just come down the stairs. Let's see what our petrify chance is. 54%. That's really not too bad. Alright. Oh, he didn't come up. Okay. So we're going to walk down next to a double-headed ogre and an orc knight. That's a little bit scary, but as long as we have 8 mana, we still always have Apocalypse in the tank. Yeah, okay. Yep. I reckon, speaking of apocalypse, I reckon it might be time. Seeing as we just lost almost half our HP, if we try to go upstairs again, we might lose the other half. Yeah. Okay, time to just kill these things. Alright, so let's have a look at Apocalypse. We haven't used it yet this game. Reveals ruse truth to your enemies, dealing severe damage to all in their line of sight. What this sounds like to me, quote unquote, revealing ruse truth, is that, I don't know, we fill our enemies with existential dread of some kind. Like maybe we start reading some Nietzsche to them or something, and then they just realize, oh no, all the value tables are destroyed, and then they just freak out and die. I don't know. Let's see. So we're in Apocalypse. Let's see if I can remember any German. Gott ist tot. Gott bleibt tot. Und wir haben ihm getötet. That's my Nietzsche, I remember. Anyway, so we're in Apocalypse. That should kill them all. It didn't quite get the Orc Knight, but he's slowed and nearly dead. Let's see how much he can do. 25 plus his great mace. He's not going to kill us in one go. I think we just stone arrow him. Probably is okay. We could dazzling spray him. We could just hit him with the poison and kite him a bit. Actually, I like that one better because he's slowed. Yeah, so we poison him and then we just walk back. And then in fact, while he's chasing us, we can stone arrow him. Alright, that worked. And we're yellow drained now, so I mean you can't spam that ability, but it's not too punishing as long as you're killing some sort of decently, I was gonna say high XP, but it's not even that, decently moderate XP enemies. There's our Conjurations Defy. We were training that just to drop our spell failure for Dazzling Spray, which is still at 11%, which worries me a little bit. Oh, it's because we're drained. It's probably okay. Something that you can keep in mind for Rue is that if you really have spells that are crucial to your survival, you might want to factor in a little bit of draining, because fairly frequently you'll have at least yellow drain. I picked up that Troll of the Armor. I want to check it out. Probably, I doubt it will be as good as this +2 ring mail fire resistance. We're 12-14, this is 9-15, okay. No. We don't have any spells that are particularly challenging, so yeah, I don't mind having the fire resistance. A ghost, big balls ghost. Vinestalker fighter. Can hit for up to 33, has no spells. This character really does not deal with ghosts like that very well. The only thing we can maybe do is try to fight it with an elect dagger. It's not resistant to elect. It's gonna sit here and guard the stairs and be a real pain in the rear. Okay, we'll deal with the ogre first. 33 damage. So if we drop below 66, we need to go back up. Don't wait until you're one shot away from dying to go upstairs, because then if you get hit on that one shot, you're gonna die. I don't know, I don't think we can do this. What have we got? We've got 2 agility, 3 might. Can it see invis? No. We only have 1 invis, it's kind of valuable. It's gonna be so annoying sitting here guarding the stairs. Obelisk of Optimality. We could give this a go. So we need to be very careful with the Obelisk of Optimality, because it takes us roughly, let's see, takes us, yeah, almost 2 turns to shoot. But we could try... Yeah, it's not really working. It's also really risky. Come on. No. I don't know. I'm thinking we could draw out power, but it's only at half HP. It's not almost dead. So we're going to go up. Okay. Right. If you drop a ghost below half HP, it runs away. Fun fact. And also, for anyone who, I think, because I had a couple of you make a similar comment, I think I might have misled you on the petrifying status. So there are two different stabbing tiers. There's one where your enemies are fully incapacitated, and there's one where I guess you might say they're kind of confused or distracted. So when an enemy is petrified, you get the full stab bonus. When it's petrifying, it's the lesser tier. You still get stabs, but it's not the you're about to kill them stabs. Okay. I was gonna dig down here, but I can sense monsters there. Okay. Looks like we're gonna get the ogre ending. Let's see. I'm gonna wrap around first. I don't want to wake up all those ogres. What is this? There's too many orcs, and I'm still not. Oh my god, I'm still. This is crazy. I'm still not used to being able to attract mandibles. I'm so used to just pressing AF every time I want to dig, and if they're already out, it just says your mandibles are already out. But now, whenever I do that, I retract them. Let's see. So we could very easily just power leap back to the stairs and go up. We could also, most of the scary ogres I think are going to be down here, just based on, well, maybe not. There are some coming in from the top. Thinking we could run up, find as many enemies as we can to get them all on our screen at once and then apocalypse them again. It's kind of dangerous, but I'm also kind of tempted. Okay, this is probably good enough. Let's apocalypse them all. Pretty good ability. So we killed them all. I mean, a lot of those guys were just plain orcs, so it was kind of unnecessary, but I don't know. I'm a real sucker for value. We are now red drain though. Let's pick a new stair. We made a lot of noise there, which is a bit of a downside because now we're not going to be able to stab stuff. I'm also sensing monsters over here, so let's dig through. And I was hoping that wouldn't be full. Sorry, that wall wouldn't be open, so we could pass wall through, but there wasn't actually an orc still there. These plain orcs don't need to worry about actually hexing. I don't know. When I'm a hexer, I just sort of get into a rhythm where I just start hexing and trying to stab every enemy, even when they are trivial enemies that I could very easily just auto attack. Big ball, go away. I really don't want to use any of our consumables. Yeah, it hurt too much. Oh, okay, Rue blinded him, so we're gonna get stabs off. No, we tried. Alright, gotta go. Please be gone. He's still there. Terrorized by the big ball. Okay, Rue paralyzed him. Alright, that's our moment. We've been waiting all this time. Thank you, Rue. Alright. Quick check on our skills that we're training. Focusing dodging, focusing fighting, and short blades, which we're trying to take to 10. Alright. Maybe we'll go a little bit over 10 for draining. We'll go 12. That's maybe overdoing it a little bit, but yeah, it's okay. 12 is still not very high. I'm thinking we might want to train in some dodging. So if we're looking at here the relative costs compared to how expensive dodging is with a -1 aptitude at 8 to armor, which is +1 at 0. It's not even close. So let's stop focusing dodging. We'll still leave it on, and we'll also train armor. Maybe we should focus stealth. No, it's okay. We don't need to focus stealth. So with that ghost, we basically just have to wait until Rue eventually paralyzes him for us. Killholing regular orcs. Definitely necessary. We should, there we go, not be engaging straight up melee combat with a troll though. A little bit frightening. Should do a search for armor. Okay, it's just that leather armor. Alright. I don't think there's a leather armor that we'd want over this ring now. We've already got poison resistance, we've already got RC and RF. And we don't care about protection from magic too much, because the main thing that scares us at the moment is paralysis. And we can't be paralyzed. So unless we met some sort of banisher, yeah, MR's not too big a deal. Or at least not so big a deal that I would want to have a leather armor on. Let's try to pick, not that one. It's trying to make some, or find some natural kill holes there, but it's not really working. I don't really like these stairs here. It's sort of surrounded in a circular single tile wall. So we can't dig through it, but I guess we could be passwalling. Okay, never mind, I changed my mind, I do like it. Don't like these stone walls though. Can't, or metal walls, can't passwall, LRD, or dig. Yeah, our LRD power is 4, 5, 6. I think nowhere near. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you need a very high spell power and LRD to do metal walls. And here's a new book. So I want to give a shout out to Doesn't. How about we test it before we shout him out though? Hang on. Okay, so Doesn't is the person who coded up the new spell library, and as you are probably aware, I have some issues with it because, yeah, I'm very bad at looking at a big list like this to learn spells, and then I'm gonna go crazy hiding all the new spells that I find. So I've been using it backwards to hide the spells that I want to learn. Anyway, so I complained to Doesn't, and he has coded up a new option, which is to auto hide any new spells you find. So I've turned that on. Let's see if it works. You pick up this, it's the Book of Summonings, which is pretty good, especially Summon Mana Viper. And Shadow Creatures are very good too. So did they get auto hidden? They did. Okay, this is great. Alright. So thank you, Doesn't. MVP. That option is auto underscore hide underscore spells. As in auto hide spells equals true. So we can use this properly now. So we want to hide all this stuff. Oh, I can just keep hitting A. That's even better. And we want to show the spells that we want again, if I can remember them. Poisonous Vapors, which reminds me, we maybe want to learn that. Silence, summon Mana Viper. Aura of Abjuration is an interesting one. Deflect missiles, shadow creatures. Okay, I think that's it. So now now we actually on our memorized list have the spells that we want. This is great. And when we find new books, they'll be hidden. If there are any spells in that I actually might want, I'll unhide them. Makes me feel a lot better. And again, Poisonous Vapors will be really, really strong in Spider. Do we want to learn it? Probably. We'd have to train a bit of air and a bit of poison. Air's fine, even at -2, because for deflect missiles, we probably want a little bit. And then poison magic, a +3 aptitude on Formicid. It's really, really strong. I think it's worth having. It's going to be so good in Spider's Nest. And we'll make a new macro with the tilde key. ZAF. Okay, cool. It is 28% to fail, so we will have to train some. Let's take air magic to maybe level 4. That's not right. Equals M4. And we'll take poison a little bit higher because it's got a better aptitude. To 5. Slightly higher. And let's actually turn it on. Okay. I'm not going to focus it yet because it's not a huge priority in terms of being urgent. We still got to finish clearing Orc, and then we got to finish the dungeon before we actually get to Spider. So there's a little while yet. I don't even know. Why is my Petrify broken? Okay. I was just fighting that Orc Warrior. I was thinking about these metal walls do additional damage if you use LRD on them. So I should keep that in mind. It's going to make a lot of noise, but it looks like everything's kind of awake and wandering around anyway. We made a lot of noise a couple of times, I think, just once on this floor with Apocalypse. Oh, Wonder Clouds. Never mind, we can't use that. Oh, shield. You're just finding all these items that are verboten. Two-headed ogre. I think everything's already awake, so let's get some LRD value. Okay. I don't think it's guaranteed, but I have some sort of nagging feeling that very often when I get this ending, I see Saint Roker. Maybe that's just confirmation bias. I don't know. I guess we can see. I'm expecting there's a good chance we'll see Saint Roker. Everything immediately woke up. Okay. The sorcerers are still kind of dangerous, even if they can't paralyze us, because they have Bolt of Draining and they have Bolt of Fire. No RN, so Bolt of Draining will hurt. This might be a good time. If we can... Okay, hang on. If we can petrify one of these random plain orcs... Okay, never mind. In the way, then we can LRD the ones behind, but looks like we can't. Come on. This guy is too strong. Resisting 55% chances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Alright. Well, that's no good. We need to do something. We can't drink potions. Okay. Alright. We've got draw out power. So I guess we just start hitting him with the dagger of venom. And then, okay, we got our potions back. Do we need a potion? Probably not. I think draw out power is fine. When we get full mana, we'll try Petrify again. There we go. What is this guy's problem? That's 8. Come on, man. It's got a ruined robe. I wonder if that's a robe of magic resistance, and so the percentage chance we see is actually a lie. And I've just noticed that this this sorcerer is just napping. So this fighting going on? Okay, never mind. That's a rust devil. That's too scary. We're gonna start digging out of here. He's gonna start corroding us if we let him. Yeah, the bolts of fire hurts too. If we let him attack us, we're gonna get corroded, and then we're very quickly gonna die. We're gonna go back upstairs. We'll recoup. Alright, never mind. We won't. I don't really want to go to this other side yet. I think we're better off just picking one side and dealing with it. Is he the same guy? No, this is a new one. Alright, we got him. It's got to be a magic resistance robe, right? It's just too unlikely. Our current amulet is... we don't have one. Alright, we're going to ID that. Guardian Spirit. I don't love Guardian Spirit. One, on things that rely on their mana, but especially on things whose panic buttons rely on having magic points. And because Apocalypse does, both for Power Leap and... sorry, because Rue does, for Apocalypse and Power Leap, we don't really want Guardian Spirit. We have plus 10% HP as a Formicid anyway. Is that true, or are we normal? I don't remember. I think we actually have normal HP. Anyway, it's not low, so it's not a huge deal. As in, we're not looking... we're not really looking to get bonus HP. It's not like we're a Spriggan or something like that. A Gargoyle is a better example, actually. You can LRD these statues, and they can explode and do huge amounts of damage. I regret my decision. Maurice always has a wand now. Particularly if he has a wand of acid, he can really be scary. Petrify chance, 70%. Okay, never mind. What was it? A wand of paralysis. Okay, he's trying to zap us with a wand of paralysis, and we're immune to it. What are you doing, dude? Can't you see that we're playing an ant here? He's given us an embroidered cloak. We didn't have a cloak at all. Okay, it's a cloak of invisibility, but because we sacrificed evocations, we cannot use the invis. So it's basically just a plain +1 cloak, which is fine. That's an extra 2 AC. But the invis would have been nice, I guess. Not I guess, it definitely would have been. Oh well. The things you sacrifice for love, or piety in this case. Orc Warlord. For how dangerous he is, to have a 36% petrify chance is really strong. Please get away from me. Got him. Alright. Okay. Strength, int, or dex. I have looked it up now. Every 4th level as a Formicid, you get randomly a strength or an int. So I think it's quite likely that we'll naturally get to 15 strength, which was Shadow Dragon armor, or scales in modern parlance. 15 ER, yeah. So I think I'm happy just going more int for more spellcasting ability. We still don't quite know where we're going to end up. If we're going to end up casting Shatter, which is level 9, and other such high level spells. crystal spear maybe. Alright, everyone's awake again, so we're just gonna LRD everything. You're starving, that's some good. What did our air magic go to then? 1. Okay. Air magic is at 1, poison is at 1.8. See how much more quickly you gain experience for positive aptitudes. Oh yes. I actually feel pretty bad for blowing up these bear statues. I'm sorry, bear, I didn't mean it. It was not too long ago actually that when you did destroy bear statues, he would smite you for a lot of damage actually. Yeah, he could kill you very easily if you blew up his statues. Okay, we do not want to fight all these guys in here. We're going to try to draw them back if we can. It's not a great ending for us. So quite often the orc endings are like this with stone walls, but we've got a section of metal walls leading to the stone wall, so there's a lot of area that we can't dig in. Because normally I like to dig my kill holes outside the ending vault and then draw them out into it, but it's kind of hard with this one. You've got to draw them a very long way to get back to diggable terrain. That's okay. Our stealth helps us with this, because if we run away a little bit, like even there, I wasn't intending to do that, but they lose track of us. See, he woke back up. We'll go for the stone arrow. Just kill him quickly. And we've got a weapon shop here with some interesting weapons. Some of these are quite cheap. So we've got an artifact longsword and an artifact trident. That interests me. Probably more so the longsword than the trident, although reaching can be useful, particularly if we do memorize summon Mana Viper, because it would let us reach over our vipers to attack. But the reason the longsword is more interesting is because it cross-trains with short blades. So you can see here, even though we've never trained any long blades, we have 5.3 skill in it already. So it's a very natural progression to make to go from short blades into long blades later in the game. So yeah, that's only 255 gold. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. I don't think we're in a huge hurry at the moment, but I think maybe in the future we'll find out what that is. Maybe we should find out. We'll see once we finish Orc. A lesson that I've learnt through being sad is to try to hold your gold until you see all the shops before you spend it all. 255 might not seem like much, but then we might find some artifact Shadow Dragon scales and then be really sad we wasted it all. Okay, that made lots of noise and woke all these guys up. That was probably a mistake. Yeah, everything in here is awake now. We can see it moving around. My bad. That's a food shop. Less exciting. This Orgnite is kind of trapping us in. That's okay. If we need to, we can always power leap around him. And it's alright, because we can petrify him first go, like a pro. Weapon again. A bunch of artifact hunting slings, which reminds me. We're carrying around Punk. Are we? No, I thought we found Punk. Oh, I didn't pick it up. Okay, I lied to you. I said I'd show it to you, and then I never picked it up. Oh. It's not that exciting. It's a lot more usable now though. Wait, hang on. Better be quiet. I don't want to wake them. I want to be quiet so we can get the stabs off here. Okay, never mind. It didn't work. Tried. Okay, this guy with the bardish, I'm watching him carefully. If he ever gets mited, we're gonna have to run. Because that's extremely scary. Right. So the point I was trying to make is, ever since we've had an icon for being corroded, Punk is much more usable because you can tell when you're actually having an effect. Whereas before you had to continuously check if you really cared. I can't remember if this lava thing goes anywhere. Potions of flight, we've got 4. Do you want to find out? I kind of do, I'm kind of curious. Our potions of flight are maybe slightly more valuable than a normal character because we can't ever use evocable flight. Let's go. Okay, never mind, it was a waste. It was a complete waste. Okay. So don't go in there. Not worth. What a high priest. Don't really want to fight them when they're summoning demons, which is why I'm just backing up. He's not timing out though. Interesting. We had almost a 40% chance to petrify him, which is a lot higher than I would have expected. Come here, priest. Nope, okay. We don't want to get mutated by that guy. The Nekasek. There we go. Summon a bunch of demons as he was being petrified. That's really not fair. Okay, round 3. This guy made another Nekasek. I think this Envolt just has lots of high priests in it all the time. We can LRD him. Okay, yeah, that's good. So even though there were other orcs blocking him, we'll just kill him, then the summons disappear. I haven't seen Saint Roka either, which is a bonus. Should be, I think, another 1 or 2 shops, maybe. Come on, get petrified. Another food shop. Disappointing again. And I don't know. We already wasted 1 flight potion going over the lava. I don't know. I don't think we want to do this. Although it looks like we can dig around this side. Here you go. Here's a Formicid strap. If there are vaults like this with deep water, as long as they're surrounded by regular rock walls like this, you can just dig through and see what's going on. Do it again. Okay, nothing. So good thing we didn't waste flight there. Alright, so these shops were kind of disappointing. 2 food shops where you don't really need food. A couple of weapon shops where probably would have preferred armor shops. I guess we check out the sword then. Got 1 identify. Okay, let's see. It might have really good resistances on it. +4 longsword, slice, random slow, which doesn't affect us as a Formicid, RF plus, strength +3. No, that's really not that exciting. do we check out the trident? We don't have any more ID, so I'm not really in a hurry to do that. Yeah, so that's our orc done. I think we've got 3 levels of dungeon left. 4. We only went to D11. Okay, let's do that then, and then we'll head to Spider. How's our poisonous vapors looking? 9%. And that's with air magic almost at 2 only. Maybe instead of 4 we'll take it to 3. And we'll do poison magic to 4. Because that's already pretty castable already. Seems good. Okay, to the dungeon. It's just the same as orc, apparently. New amulet. /- to see what amulets we don't already know. If this is faith, it has absolutely no effect on us because rue doesn't work on faith that way. So the only one that would be bad would be harm. And we're already used to being trained as rue, so we can put this on. +6 reflection. Okay, not bad. I wish we had a shield. Again, let's look at our scrolls. Requirement, fog, holy word, immolation, torment, vulnerability. The only one of these that is kind of good for this character as a panic button really is probably fog. So I don't mind just reading this in the hopes that it's requirement. Let's get on the stair though, just in case it's torment. It's immolation. Okay, that's fine. Feels like a long time since we've actually snuck up on something to stab it. We want to try to get the summoner from behind. It's going to hit ourselves, so I'll step back a tile. I could sense that he was on this tile, and even though we couldn't see him, we could still hit him with the LRD. It's a really good spell. I've been avoiding it mostly for the noise, but if you were more of a standard Earth Elementalist rather than this sort of strange stabby one, it would be a very good spell and you would be spamming it. It's another ID scroll. Thinking, do we want to go get that trident? What things do we not have in terms of resistances? Nothing super pressing. Except maybe our elect, but if we run into Nicola, we have a potion of resistance and a silent scroll, so that's probably okay. I'm just gonna hold off. We should have Dagger of Elect against the Ice Beast because it's our poison. And again, hey, okay, there you go. We snuck up on that guy and that guy, so it's working. That was a very easy and straightforward D12. You hear distant snort. Okay. This is another sort of new thing. Normally, oh, how scary this is. Dead a dream? No, they will wake up. Normally, you would love going in lab and you would just sprint there. But, there have been a few recent changes to the Minotaur. So, this is the dev's endless quest to remove quote-unquote no-brainers from the game. So apparently Labyrinth was a no-brainer to always do. So to prevent that, they've given the Minotaur a whole bunch of different buffs. But I think at the moment they're probably gone a little bit overboard. So the Minotaur now has more HP, more MR, higher hit dice, more base armor. He's guaranteed to at least spawn in chain or plate mail. So in practice, it's going to have significantly more AC on average. And then it always spawns with javelins. So now he's always going to have a ranged attack on you as well. I think for most characters, this now means that probably most of the time you should just not go in Labyrinth because that's extremely scary. You can kind of think of, for instance, Urag can be quite a threatening unique just from the javelins alone. It's kind of like that, but then the Minotaur does pretty sickening amounts of melee damage as well, in addition to having the javelins and then the really high MR and all that other stuff that it has now. So would this character do it? Oh, and another change is that I think on average there are 2 to 3 fewer items that you'll find in the labyrinth now in terms of loot. So not rewarded as much either for a much more challenging fight. I'd feel on this character I'd feel a lot safer about it if we had a shield. It's kind of late, so we've done all of Lair and all of Orc, so we probably have a better place than most characters. I mean, you can find Lab before Lair or even in Lair usually. And if it had been then, I wouldn't think about it. Maybe, I don't know, we've still got Apocalypse. I still really want to do it. 2 scrolls of magic mapping. I'm trying to think. I think worst case scenario we could Apocalypse and kill the Minotaur. Yeah. It's gonna be one of these two. They happen to be in the same place, so that means there's a shop here too. But the way you find out is you look for stairs. So you go Shift X and then you do greater than. And it tells us that that top one is the labyrinth. That's how you tell if they were, say, one was up here, the top left, and the other was in the bottom right. Can we stab this gargoyle? We can. So I'm going to do it. We're going to go for the greed play. And we're just going to dig through the walls. So we're not going to get stopped by any monsters. Look up. I was going to passwall us through. These guys are immune to poison, so if we're just going to brawl them, we want to have the Elect Dagger. Alright, let's go in. We've got 5 potions of heal wounds already, so that's okay. Yeah, so this is kind of scary. Scary new Minotaur. I think I'll stop this one here for now though. So if you join me in the next one, you'll see if we die a horrible death to the new super buffed Minotaur. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll be okay, but maybe not. And then we'll be finishing dungeon. See you then.